On this episode of NSFW, we are joined by Scott Dog Johnson. We play Damn You Autocorrect. We find a new assistant for Brian, and we're joined by a hot chick. Yes, everybody, it's on this edition of NSFW.
Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for NSFW is brought to you by CacheFly at CACHEFLY.com.
This is NSFW episode 68 for March 22nd, 2011. Not safe for women. This episode of NSFW brought to us by our BFFs in the whole wide world over at Squarespace. Head on over to squarespace.com/NSFW. And as a secret treat, you'll get a 2-week free trial. I worked that deal out myself. They don't give it anywhere else. I say it's go time. As much as we love Sexy Sax Man, we've got to start the show sometimes. You've stumbled into the best worst thing on the entire planet Earth. It's NSFW, the new show full of wit, the new sauce for the Webernets. I'm your little old host, Mr. Brian Brushwood, joined as always by my inimitable co-host, Professor of Jurology, Professor Justin Robert Rubles. What is going on, my best buddy in the world, JRY?
Woo! Brian, I'll tell you what. You know, I think at this point, everybody just thinks I'm faking it every week when I say that it's the best show that we've ever done. It's coming up and we're a stacked show. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's true. I lied every other week except for this week because we have an insane show lined up for you folks. Yes, folks, we are joined by yet again a podcasting master, folks, from Frogpan Studios, your friend, my friend, Scott Dog Johnson. Welcome back.
Whoa, I haven't heard that in a while.
Wow.
No one ever says F a dog to me on Twitter.
every 20 minutes, whenever I'm
hey,
out
you know
about.
what? I don't know that I've ever been so excited to be back on a show in my entire life.
That's hard for me to believe because, well, in the chat room is certainly, for one, the most excited. Of course, the chat room, our staff writers here at NSFW, everything that's remotely funny is all ideas that we stole from them. Justin, we got a lot on our plate here. We're getting a late start because we got a pretty lady coming in a moment. But first, where do you want to get started, my good friend?
Folks, here's the deal. Here's what we have coming up. Number one, like you alluded to before, we're going to play a little game that is not so much a game, all right? It's an educational exercise in which we are bringing to the nerdy population of the internet for which we speak directly to.
Geeky.
I think that's pretty obvious, right?
Geeks are word. Nerds, the word that they call us. And when I say they call us, I mean people who wear hats like that. They call us nerds. We call ourselves geeks.
Well, I think we're bringing it back. We're co-opting the word nerd. And I'm sick and tired of it being their word, okay? It's our word now. We're going to play a little game called What is Less Interesting to a Pretty Girl? And we are importing a pretty girl, which will be a surprise.
Fresh off the boat from Thailand.
We're also going to play a little Name That Autocorrect. And Brian will continue his hunt for a new right-hand man. But before we get into all that, let's actually get into the first game. It is an old favorite, right? Name That Autocorrect.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't have we used to have theme songs for everything, but now we don't have. Here's our theme song.
Amazing Grace.
Yeah, that's our favorite.
Is that good? Hold on, wait. No, I think I have a theme song. You ready?
No, I'd love. All right,
here we go.
Let me hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Name That Autocorrect. the game in which you have to guess which mistaken word was put out on a cell phone that auto-corrected somebody's speech.
That was awesome. You've
No way, I
never
brought
been
one
this
too,
good.
though. Can you? You guys don't want to hear the one I brought?
I got good. You brought your own? I'm sorry. We got a
Yes.
competing introduction. Go ahead. Complete with introduction. Hook us up, Scott Johnson.
Here it is.
It's a whole new world when it ain't
That's all I got.
This is the problem when you get three jackasses that all have soundboards. You get
Jason Howell, he's our man. If he can't do it, Rooker can.
All right. So let's get started. How's the game play for anyone who has never heard of our terrible show?
Okay, folks. You have the iPhones and the Androids and then the Palm Trios that you type around your stuff, and then all of a sudden, because it autocorrects because it's smarter than you, sometimes it says a wrong word. So there's a site called DamnYouAutocorrect.com. Brilliant people put it up there, and what we're gonna do is read through the conversation, and I'm gonna have Scott and Brian try and guess what they thought they were going to type before it autocorrected them.
You got it? You understand the rules? Are you sufficiently? We're like a Punch and Judy show here. Just blopping our hands all
Rock
over
'em,
the
sock 'em,
place.
baby.
That's right.
There we go. All right, Judy. First up, now, Brian, you can go ahead in the NSFW doc and pull up the actual the graphics because I have blotted out.
Oh,
what the
Look at this.
autocorrects.
Dude, I told you we're at the top of our game, man. I felt the electricity. I felt it happen. It's going to be amazing. I'm opening up the doc right now. I'm going to
So
be
let's
honest.
just go from the first one.
Okay. Yes, go to the first one. Got it?
Go to the first one and open it. It's fine. Everything's
All right.
safe for you to click.
Hey, look at this. This is amazing. It's like we know what we're doing now. This is the best day of my life. All right. Here we go. You ready?
All right. So here's the deal. Brian, you are going to guess this one, which means Scott, you get to pick the two accents in which I will read the transcript.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
Okay,
going to
okay.
read both
Love this.
parts.
all right. So I get it. Do I choose first? Do I choose now?
Yeah.
Well,
what-
yeah.
all right.
You just give me
Two
two
voices,
accents.
two voices.
It could be a country, a description of a person, like a man who collects sardines that's on the verge of a nervous breakdown, or
All right.
a carpet salesman who's just discovered that his son is becoming a pilot.
Or,
Right.
a former communist who calls into a show called NSFW, that kind of thing.
Sure.
All right. First guy is an Indian, a guy from India.
Okay.
In Carnival, in the middle of the parade, no pants on.
Okay.
Just woke up, doesn't know where he is. That's number
So-
one.
All right. There we
Makes
go.
perfect sense, bro.
That's a wild trip from Delhi. I'll tell you what.
Yes, it is.
And I wish that was the first time I've said that sentence.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna set you up so you can read everything. All right, let's hear it, Justin.
Okay. I'll get some today. Forget baffles too. Maggots, baffles, GTR, badges, baffles, OMG. Name that autocorrect.
Are you kidding me? That's the word.
It's impossible.
Okay, so it's to me, and we're looking at the clues are maggots, baffles, badges, and baffles again.
OMG. And then his friend responds, okay, you're fine.
I'm gonna say,
Would you like to hear the clue again?
yeah. What's the? Oh, is there a clue? I didn't know I got a clue.
Yes, here's the clue. I'll get some today. Forget baffles too. Maggots, baffles, GTR, badges, baffles, OMG.
Winning.
I'm gonna say the correct word was muffins. He was getting muffins.
Muffins, you say?
Yeah, that's what I say. What was it?
Well, Scott Johnson, for the steal, can you name that autocorrect?
Can you put the text back up there? Come on, I gotta
Alright.
see this. Okay.
All right.
Baffles on tree.
I'll get some today. Forgot baffles too. Maggots, baffles.
Bagels.
Oh, shoot.
Bagels is my final answer.
It's not bagels? How can that not be? Of course it's got to be bagels.
It is not bagels. Ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer was baggies.
Okay.
Baggies.
I'm going to say there was not a lot of chance I was going to get that one right.
Oh, baggies is
I
naked
would-
Indian for bagels.
All right.
Counts.
So this one, okay.
I would like to say that you're a big fat whiner.
Okay, so now it's your turn, sir. Sir
Yes.
Scott of Johnson.
Oh, okay.
All
I'm
right.
guessing.
Yeah, but I get to pick the two voices.
All right.
One, I would like a really angry communist. And I don't mean he's Russian. I mean he's like a college kid who like has discovered communism and thinks he knows everything about the world.
Exactly.
And then the other guy is an actual communist who came from like the Czech Republic and who grew up he's just defeated. He's defeated by everything.
Okay. Well, since I can only stick to the script, a character note for the communist.
Yes.
I just want to let you know that he's used the term Ingalls 7 times before he's read any of this.
Ingalls? Oh, Ingalls. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Good.
Because that's what every college communist repeats 17 times.
Of course.
Because he
They're
wants you to
big,
know
little,
that he
Little
knows.
House on the Prairie fans, those guys.
Yeah, the Ingalls.
All right. What was the second one?
It doesn't matter since he apparently only has one line.
No. Oh, no. The communist is going to be the first one.
Oh, okay. All right. And then the other guy is an actual communist, former communist from the Czech
Okay.
Republic who came over and to the land of opportunity because he was disgusted with his broken city-state.
Okay. Here we go. Now, by the way, just so people know, and if you're listening to this in audio, there are 2 curse words. So they are not
Curse
part of the
words,
autocorrect.
you need to just substitute any other word that just happens to start with the same letter.
But I just want to let you know that the curse words that I'm going to be replacing, because they are the integral to the clue, is the C word
Right.
and the F word.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. We never
right.
could have figured that out from the visual. Thank you.
Well, there's people who listen via audio, Brian,
I-
which is why we were a top audio podcast for 2010.
That's true.
Okay.
Keep going. Keep going. I apologize.
All right, here we go.
Fuck it.
And the transcript begins now. Hey, why is Cody's birthday party going to be at a gay club? Because it is a fun place, see? And who knows, we might find some C bumpers. Fucking autocorrect, F wording. I was trying to say, name that autocorrect. I don't think either of us wants the former.
Let me just say, I'm pretty sure that the way autocorrect works is when you use a word a whole bunch, it assumes that's the word you meant, which meant the word C bumpers is the one that was injected in because he had trained his system for it. That's all I'm going to say. But Scott.
So what you're saying is that he has used the term C bumpers before.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Totally.
Well, you really, I'll tell you what, you got to, when you're a mariner, you got to get those C bumpers checked out.
Otherwise, your boat, you're trying to get in the dock and it just gouges up the side. You need the C bumpers to bump.
You don't want to be pulling into harbor with some worn out C bumpers.
Okay. All right. Scott Johnson. Let's hear it, buddy.
All right. It looks like a 4-letter word from what I can see visually. I don't mean a 4-letter word.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say he was trying to say,
Keep in mind, well, okay.
Cart. C-A-R-T, cart.
Justin?
I knew it was wrong the minute I said it.
Cart? So
I just want to say that there's a lot more letters there than 4.
Oh, it was covered by the logo.
No, it doesn't matter because it replaced it with C bumpers.
People are saying that the
really had one
logo,
word there
I'm
to
going to have to
do.
penalize Brian here.
because
the
it was
logo
like,
apparently blocked Scott's view.
all right, here, you want a second guess? Take a second guess.
All right, I was trying to
As
say
it blocks
something.
the view
bumper.
again.
Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was trying to say club bumpers.
That's even worse.
Club bumpers. No?
No, boo to you.
Yeah, boo to you and your family. You'll never amount to nothing, Johnson. All right, I'm going to say that it's close. I'm going to say it's C blockers. Same C word, but instead of C bumpers, C blockers.
Oh, no. It's, go ahead. I just realized.
Ah, boo.
He's a jackass.
Really?
It's rooster.
Yes.
It's rooster blockers, dude.
No, the correct answer is cute boy toys. We were looking for cute boy toys.
I never replaced it with sea bumpers.
Moving on, Brian.
That game is hard. This game is hard.
All right, I'm ready for the next one. We're all loaded up.
All right, here we go. Moving right along. All right. Scott,
Accent?
give me two voices.
All right. Two voices, right?
Yeah.
All right. A dwarf / little person, Asian woman.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you're not making this easy at all.
She's the first. Second will be a fast food burger cook with one eye and a hook where his hand should be.
All right.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
All right. So dwarf, Asian, and hook hand cook man.
Right.
Yep. One eye. That's
There
important.
you go.
All right. Here we go. And Brian, this is for you.
Okay. All right.
Hey, ma'am. Sorry I missed your call. I just got arrested. What? What the hell happened? Are you okay? Where are you? Call me. Oh, Jesus. I didn't get arrested, Mom. I got... Name that autocorrect. Name that autocorrect. Thinking about getting. Answer your phone. I'm gonna kill you.
Best reading ever.
That was damn
my
impressive.
That's I'm sorry. Wow. Okay, so I gotta think this through. All right. So at first, sorry I missed you. I just got arrested. What just happened? Oh Jesus, I didn't get arrested. I got blanked. Thinking about getting. That's the part that confuses me, is the blank thinking about getting. Because like, what do you think about getting? A tattoo or answer phone? And the fact, and the part where she says I'm gonna kill you at the bottom, I think that's just like, no, that has nothing to do with. That's what makes, could be a tattoo. I got tattoo.
I will say this, that the second read it out clue is I read it out because it was context to the first one, not because it's the exact autocorrect. It was like it was like a different jumbling of those words.
This is the worst mom ever, by the way. Can I just say that? What a harsh mom. What mom goes, what the hell happened? Anyway.
She asked if she's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, okay, I'm going to say I got.
It's because of the cook's voice. That's why I think she's bad.
The cook, that was a very surly character you gave me. Wasn't a lot of compassion in that cook mom.
Oh,
the hook cook mom, as I like to call her.
Oh Jesus! I didn't get arrested. I got hung up. I got stopped. Sorry, Mr. Call. I just got home. I'm gonna say home. I guess back home or home.
I'll tell you what, Brian. Finally, lost yet again and continue to embarrass yourself on your own show.
All right.
All right, Scott Everdog Johnson, go ahead. The only thing that I will say on this one is this is a shockingly close autocorrect.
Okay.
Wow. Thanks for giving him the clue for the steal after I went. That was very fair of you, quiz master.
Tied. Okay. I'm thinking about the words tied up. I didn't get arrested, Mom. I got.
Well, and I think what Justin was saying is like the actual word is physically close to the letters of arrested is what he's saying.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like this was not a far off autocomplete. Saying some interesting.
I got molested.
No. Jeez, really?
Well, it's pretty close to arrested, and you can get arrested for molesting.
You know what? Can we allow him to look at the chat room, maybe, for help?
I didn't look. I didn't even look. Are they saying
And
that?
by the way, why would the mom then respond with that she wanted to kill her? You've dishonored this family for the last time, Rebecca.
Oh my gosh, this is hard. All right, I'm gonna go with. I think you're bluffing. I'm gonna go with molested.
All right.
No. Lord, no. Molested?
Why not?
What show do you think this is? And by the way, what kind of lighthearted entry on Damn You Autocorrect is something where it's like, arrested? No. Something far worse. I was molested.
And then she says, I'm going to kill you afterwards. That's the worst answer.
I realize now that what I said was ridiculous, but what else could that be?
Ladies and gentlemen, what they wanted to get, or what she did get, was a rescue. The rescue dog she was thinking of getting.
Oh.
Okay, boo this game. That's the worst round of Name That Autocorrect we've ever played.
All right, let's do one more. Winner takes all.
Yeah, it's not even, I guess this is our tiebreaker round, because in 3 rounds, none of us have gotten close to any of them. All right, I've got it open here. I'm ready to go. You tell me who's going to guess and who gets to pick voices.
You want to know what? This is going to be Brian, you pick a voice. Scott, you pick a voice. And it's going to be the first one to buzz in gets it.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. All right.
Wait, the first one to give you a voice?
Yes. No.
The first one to
You
buzz
wish
in
it was
once,
that easy.
Once I've completed the autocorrect, I'll complete the script, and the first one to buzz in gets it.
I'm going to say you need to do a transsexual Valley girl.
Okay.
Oh, that was close to mine. I want you to do a construction worker who was castrated, not on purpose, but by accident at work. And he's Irish.
And did he get a big insurance settlement as a result?
Yes.
So he's like independently wealthy. He's riding his $50,000 for the rest of his days.
Okay,
Yeah.
folks who have listened to this
he's
show.
really Irish,
we've done
heavily
this
Irish,
for
but
a year.
has
A year
no,
plus.
his self-esteem, his drive, it's all gone because of that.
He's
that
dead
big
inside,
girder that,
is what you're saying. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say this. We've done the show for what? Like a year and change now, Brian?
Years. Yeah.
We've done BB Live show, the predecessor to this.
Coming up on our 2-year anniversary of rocking together. Yeah.
This is the darkest segment we've ever done. Any incarnation on this show. This has gotten midnight, dark immediatable.
I don't see it. People are calling it best episode ever. So if that's what you mean by dark, then let's go black as night, bro. Let's go.
Darker.
Let's.
All right, here we go. This one, so I'm doing transsexual Valley girl and something else with genital mutilation that's Irish.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, here we go, folks. What does Megan want for her birthday? Hey, get her the skin graft set. Is she Hannibal Lecter now? Like WTF? LOL. I meant the name that autocorrect. Set we talked about from name that autocorrect. Put the lotion in the basket.
What? All right. First of all, if there was any question before, the people at Damn You Autocorrect are doing it wrong because they need to block these out and make it puzzles. They need to have you solve them to win the game. We have struck gold with this because it's so much better not having any idea what the mistake is. Oh my gosh.
Man. Yeah, I don't know where they goofed up.
First one to buzz in.
Okay, all right. So, it's on now. What does Megan want for her birthday? The skin graft set.
I will say this. Hit the second name that autocorrect is context. That's not the word again.
Okay.
Oh, it's content. Okay.
I'm going to say skincare set.
Wait, I thought we had to buzz in like this.
What?
That is a win.
Oh, nice
Brian
job.
Brunswick.
That's one for
It is,
this
in
guy.
fact,
I'm sorry, what I meant.
Skincare set that we talked about from Macy's, not skin graft set.
There you go. So allow me to be the first to play. I can't because my hard drives are spun down. Play some successful music for me, Justin. No, I don't. You don't have to go all out. I mean, it's very kind of you with the standing. Here, I'll stand up as well.
And it doesn't matter.
That's huge. That's huge. All right.
There we go.
Hey man, you wanna try to squeeze in a thing before we get our caller on the air, or you want to take a moment to thank our sponsors?
Let's you want to know what? Let's actually run together our second bit and our sponsory. Why don't we splice the genes?
Wait, would that be
those
possible?
two together?
Are you saying we could make a sponsor read entertainment like actual part of the thing?
Let's say theoretically that right now there's a position floating around the internet for which a lot of people watching this show and maybe friends of theirs would like to apply for. You want to know what that is, Brian?
What? There's a job posting, is what you're saying out
Yes,
there.
there's a job out there that would be very desirable. You want to know what it is?
What is it?
Night shift at Hardee's.
That doesn't seem like that's that desirable.
Well, it's sure as hell better than being your right-hand man, which is the only other job available in America.
Okay, that's true. There are exactly two jobs in America.
Two jobs.
One is traveling with me all over the United States, doing live events, traveling all over the place, going out to Indonesia, performing shows, and then coming back home and sleeping for 20 minutes. It's awesome because it pays so little, and you have to carry my stuff around. Right? Or you could go work at the Hardee's. Those are the two jobs.
Or you can go work at the Hardee's in Spokane, Washington, where you have to deal with the hook hand cook mom.
And it's even better if you're a huge fan of me and the show, because slowly over the course of a year, you could corrupt your vision of Brian and see him as a petty, jealous, tiny, old, withering man instead of as the rock superstar you think he is on the show. See, that's another thing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about, like, if you ever want to have a job where you can do something and I'll be like,
Stop it. Stop selling
okay.
job. Here's the thing.
I thought I was doing a great job. I thought I was doing a great job.
Right-hand man, because the old one is left for another position. OMG Chat has left to go join Twit. So right now, Brian needs another person to travel with him across the country and be a super awesome part of his operation. So what we had people do is, as Brian is, out there looking for it, to create some propaganda posters. Brian, they're there actually in the NSFW show Gmail.
Awesome.
If you could pull them up. I've starred them all.
I'm going to go in order from bottom up. How about that?
Yeah, you can go in whatever order. They're all pretty good. But here's the deal. Let's say you wanted to go ahead and apply for this job. You could go and just do the regular application. You could email, I think it's Schwood at Schwood.com, right?
Sure. Brian at Schwood.com. But
Brian at Schwood.com. You can send in your resume, or you could go the extra mile and set up a Squarespace page trumpeting your skills, unique and otherwise, and make sure that he knows that you know how to set up an awesome web page that's super easy, and you can really blow them away because they're not that hard to set up, rather. You don't need to be a CSS wizard. You can go ahead and put up all your information, talk about how that one time you jumped over an entire fence from a standing position and you punched a hobo who was stealing an old woman's cabbage, and you're going to make sure that it gets up there and it gets in front of Brian because it's super easy, and for 14 days you can get a free trial just by going to squarespace.com/NSFW and registering your page. But Brian, let's see some of the propaganda posters that have been sent in so far.
And you know what? There's probably a number of people who are thinking like, oh, I'll totally move on down to Austin and be Brian's stuff. First of all, it is totally true. I am looking for a new right-hand man. It also is totally true that the job pays very, very little. So it's ideal for somebody who's much more interested in adventure and travel than money, because you get plenty of adventure, you get plenty of travel, not so much on money. But of course, you have to have a place to crash in Austin while you're out here. I love some of these right off the top. We got a parody of the old "Keep Calm and Carry On." This one here, it says you need to keep calm and carry crap. So head on over to Schwood.com. So I think it's great. We're just letting people know. I think you should be honest. That's what the job is. You got to carry a lot of crap.
You don't panic, okay? Don't scream and yell and jump up and down on a couch and then punch an old woman and steal her cabbage. No, you're just gonna keep calm and carry crap.
Yes, exactly. One of the factors about this is there was a lot of people who are fans of Chat Realm who are ladies who wanted to join in the fun, but the problem is, like, I'm married and Bonnie has expressly forbidden me from having a girl helping me out on the road because you never know what kind of romantic, you're sharing rooms together on the road. You don't know what's going to happen.
Brian only sleeps naked and sometimes performs naked. So it's just a real awkward
I think it has more to do with the fact that that's how Bonnie and I met and fell in love was when we were on the road.
A naked performance?
No, not thank you. Yes, that. But the important thing is it's guys only for the job, which is why this is one of the propaganda posters we're going to do. It's Rosie the Riveter saying we can do it, but then a picture of me holding up, flexing my muscles saying, but not with our lady parts.
No.
So
I like how you in that poster, it's our. You have lady parts as well.
Well, you know what it is? In the poster, like, I went undercover to infiltrate the movement of ladies who wanted to work for me. So I dressed up as a lady, went undercover, very convincing.
Well, can you say it in that tone of voice then, as you
Sure, let's act it out. Yeah. Go ahead. You do the first part.
We can do it,
but not with our lady parts.
Why don't we all just head home?
We really shouldn't bother Brian because I bet it would make his wife uncomfortable if a woman went on the road with him. I think we're being kind of discourteous to him.
I DVR'd Pretty Little Liars. Let's go drink some Chablis.
This one, we want to show that we're international. So we have me as a rather rotund
like a Winston Churchill.
Yeah,
right?
Winston Churchill looking, and it says even the Britos want him, as I point a gun at the camera, and it says do your part, aid the Schwood, which nothing wrong with that.
Sure.
We got we got this one, which I'm highly uncomfortable with, and I'm showing despite my best judgment. This one has me as in a car. Who will ride?
I thought I had unstarred that one.
That one was definitely starred, and it was definitely your fault. But it says, "Who will ride in the empty seat?" Schwood. Brushwood wants your soul. Apply today. So I think it's fair enough.
Exactly. And in the back seat, it's you wearing a red armband with your trademark BB logo, the wheel logo on there, and you're saying hi to somebody on the side of the street. You're just like, "Hey, hi." I travel around the country and I meet a lot of people, so I'm saying hi from a car.
Yeah, we got one. This one's got me flipping people off, so I'm not going to show that one, which is unfortunate because that's a good one.
Yeah. Some of them, by the way, I've starred because there was one good one and then a couple not good ones.
Yeah, well,
that was my favorite of that genre. A couple of them came in.
Gosh,
this is, of course, the classic Uncle Sam. Awesome. Poster, but it is a very angry looking Brian.
You know what? I think I may make this my Twitter avatar for a while because it just says, I want you for my assistant. And it's me being like, rah, right in their face.
So there we go.
So, okay, back to our sponsor, though. Let's say you wanted to put that stuff out there. And you'd go to squarespace.com/NSFW and you would, what would you put in the website? Because here's the thing, is it's super easy to make awesome looking websites. They got the incredible templates. And in fact, just now to amuse us, everybody go to squarespace.com/NSFW, make your own URL like, hey, Brian Brushwood should hire me.squarespace.com, or I'm very strong like bull.squarespace.com, whatever it is you think that will make me excited to hire you. And you can put posters like this one here. Don't be a commie, bro. Oops. And then I screwed everything up, and then I cut over to Justin, so I couldn't see.
Yes, like that one. Here's I would, if I were you, if I was trying to apply for this job, what I would do is go and list a bunch of really cool things that Brian might not know he wants. Like, let's say somebody with a lot of guns. And you say, Brian, you don't need guns. I got them. .squarespace.com. And you can just show you just with a bunch of guns. And you just be like, hey, who wants to be late in paying Brian now? Rack, double shotgun.
All right, now tell me whether or not I should be allowed to post this because I don't know that this is technically true, but I think I could get a lot of applicants if I promised that you could gain wizard powers if you become a Brian Brushwood assistant now. Is that legit? Can I do that?
Absolutely. You totally can. You can go, you can gain wizard powers. I've seen it before. You know, listen, why do you think Captain MG left? Want to know why? Captain MG left so we could go scare away the dark demons of India because he has wizard powers now and he can do that. That's why.
I think a bit of a publicity campaign is to let people know that I'm not an angry wizard, but I am their friend. So if we just put photos of me, that's a really good one, actually. This man is your friend. Become his new assistant. Apply at Schwood.com. That was pretty awesome, actually. Were there any other super awesome ones I need to find here?
I'll tell you, I don't remember any specifically. There's a ton of ones, and I'll tell you what, we'll send them all to Tony.
Wait a minute.
Maybe we'll do a little montage at the end of the episode.
I'm down with that, but meanwhile, I think it's very important that people learn to do with less, so Brian will have enough.
Yeah, this one's great.
Apply at Schwood.com. I think that's great. I think that one might have to be my Twitter avatar.
You can use all of these posters and so many more of your own to make your own resumes on Squarespace websites. Just go ahead on over to squarespace.com/NSFW. Make sure you use our code. You're going to get 14 days free. And here's the deal. I mean, we just got back from South by Southwest. We hung out a lot with Mark B., who has been our liaison there at Squarespace, and he is leaving for his own company. But we need to make sure that we keep showing them with our best buddy Mark B. walking out the door that we still deliver the goods for you guys, for those guys. So head on over, set up a Squarespace site, and it's something that I found out from them. You might think, hey man, like we don't really do a lot for Squarespace. We just set up a bunch of silly websites. You want to know what? They love that. They love it when people are using the 14-day free trial because then they know that when you need a website that you're really serious about, you know the tools, you know it's safe, you know it's secure, you trust the site. So don't feel bad. Make all the silly websites you want. Go to squarespace.com/NSFW. Make sure it happens, or I'm going to find your grandma, punch her in the face, and steal her cabbage.
That sounds like a terrible thing to do to a grandma. All right, look, can we finally get to our main event? The thing we've been waiting this entire time for? This is huge.
Absolutely. Brian, do you have the contact information?
I am looking in it right now, but there is one more update that I got to put out there on the assistant thing. People are upping their game. Not only are people sending in videos, and we'll watch them in the after show. Maybe we can put them in after the credits here. But right now, John Tilton did something absolutely amazing. I saw this happening earlier, and I couldn't believe what I was looking at. He put together my own tools against me. He got everyone who follows him and knows him to tweet at exactly the same time. Right over here, look at the mentions here. That it's nothing in the last hour.
He Twitter bombed you.
He Twitter bombed me. Look at all these. I've known John Tilton for years. He's a great person. The only thing we're also wait, that was me retweeted. There we go. Look at this. John Tilton. See, that's creative thinking, bro. See,
I'll tell you what, that's gonna get somebody hired. That's gonna get someone wizard powers. That's a fact.
Somebody's gonna learn a magic missile super fast. Okay, so meanwhile, I'm looking for the contact. Explain what we're trying to do here with the ladies.
Yes, Brian.
Congratulations! You're a winner.
Folks, it is what is a hot girl less interested in. We are right now going to bring on our good friend of the show, ladies and gentlemen. You might remember her from her starring turn in the independent NSFW short film Zombie President. She is currently in the running for Maxim's Hometown Hotties. Folks, Allison Kyler will be joining us on the show, and what she's going to do is tell us of two very, very nerdy topics for which, geez.
Okay, it's going great.
Better.
It's going great. It's going great. Everything's great here, bro. Keep going. There's nothing wrong. Everything's perfect.
We're going to have Scott and Brian each talk about two very specifically nerdy topics. We're going to have Allison listen patiently. She will then tell us what she's least interested in. And what I want you folks at home to do, Scribble it down there in your Trapper Keeper. And remember, the next time you're waiting in an iPhone line and the cute girl who likes Photoshop is in front of you, but she doesn't need to hear about all 19 seasons of Babylon 5.
Right. Okay. So why don't we go ahead and dole out what the first topics are going to be while I get our guest on the line?
Absolutely, Brian. Here are the first two topics. Brian, you're going to be arguing on behalf of fascination on the logistics of pooping in space.
What? I have to be like seriously excited about this?
Yes.
That's seriously exciting.
That's terrible.
Well, Scott, do you want it? You can take it if you want it.
No, I do not want that one.
All right.
I feigned interest.
You get the storyline of your favorite graphic novel / comic book, but it's got to be like in detail.
Oh, this is killing me. Why don't we just get her on the phone? Why don't I send to her, send a call?
So wait, is Schwood really going to do the pooping in space thing?
I apparently have to. That's what I've got.
All right. I like how this has gone.
I'm sending like 1 million invites here, and it just says your invitation was sent. Oh, we got Allison on the line. Hold on, I'm plugging you in. You're live. Can you hear us, Allison?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Sorry, if we're able to get pictures on there, I don't know what the story is with the Gmail. We got so many people we're trying to make happen. So we'll just we'll set it up. Just say, Justin, live on the telephone is Allison Kyler, and let me find some pictures of Allison to show.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, live on the phone right now is Allison Kyler. Just to reset again, she is currently in the running for the Maxim Hometown Hotties contest. Folks, if you want to make sure that somebody who has supported the show and of course starred in our Zombie President show or movie rather is the hometown hottie in all of Maxim's kingdom, do me a favor, go to hometownhotties.com. On the fourth row, the third person, she's the only Allison in all the girls. Make sure you vote for her. Chat Realm represent, and make sure that one of Chat Realm's own gets.
That's all one word, right? Hometownhotties.com.
Hometownhotties.
All right.
.com. So, Allison, thank you very, very much for joining us and dealing with the technical complications.
No, I just wasn't smart enough to figure out Google Voice.
No, that's well, you know what? And we weren't smart enough to figure this out before we went live on our show with thousands of people watching. So that was a little bit difficult. But we've got to work it out. You're able to see us. You're able to follow the show. You're familiar with the bit as we're doing it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let me first of all just say, despite what I'm saying, I'm going to do my best to try to sell it and make it interesting.
Sell it? No, stop it, Brian. You can't go half on this. You got to sell it. You got to make her believe.
All right.
Look at that face. Come on.
All right. Hold on. Let me get everything set here. Let me get you out of the picture. Allison.
Oh yeah, there I am.
Allison, listen, seriously. I got a friend of mine who is a crazy millionaire. This is not a lie. He's a video game guy named Richard Garriott. He went into space, and do you know when he came back, he gave a lecture, and do you know what the number one thing he said was fascinating about being on the International Space Station? And this is not a lie. I'm not making this up.
What?
The way you have to go poo in space, because there's no gravity and you're floating around, and you obviously don't want to risk it and have particles floating. So it's like they got this thing that suctions your body and like, and it's like a vacuum that takes care of business. How crazy is that?
I think it's genius.
It sure is.
All right, well, there we go.
All right,
so
now
Brian,
I don't want to. Scott, between you and me, bro, killed it. Blew her
I'll
away.
tell you what, an impressive.
I blew her
you
away.
were not dealt a favorable hand, Brian.
Okay, good. All right,
But you did really well. All right, now Allison Scott Johnson from Frog Pants Studios is going to explain his very, very geeky topic. And what I want you to do is just think throughout what he's saying, what is least interesting to you, what Brian said or what Scott said. All right, go ahead, Scott.
Okay.
Yes. So keeping in mind that poo is very uninteresting. All right, don't want to sway the jury. Here's my thing. I'm really, really into this comic book, this graphic novel. It was a series of comics that came out in the 80s. It was compiled into a big book called The Dark Knight, and it was a return to dark, gritty comic book writing. Frank Miller is the writer and the artist, and he essentially single-handedly turned the comic book industry on its head in 1986 and it made an amazing impact on comic readers everywhere, including me. Batman fought Superman, and he did it in this crazy suit that made him all tough and powerful, and it was completely epic, and they should make a movie about it. And it's set in a time where Batman is old, and he hires a new Robin, and it's a girl, which is totally crazy. And it's just about the coolest time you'll ever spend reading a comic book ever in the history of your life.
Allison,
That's the story.
Allison, which of those stories was less interesting?
Well, I mean, I think to a girl, I think I was thinking like basic girls. Anything about a comic book is not really interesting, unless you're talking about like if you make it into like a movie. If you talk about like, oh, Heath Ledger, like he was a Dark Knight, you're like, oh, okay, well I like it now.
Okay,
right. So which of those two specifically was least interesting? You would say the comic book
or the space poop? Wait,
or the space poop? Wait, which one was least interesting?
Comic book.
Oh!
You always just picture like the geeks in like a comic book store.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, Allison. When they told me that I had to sell you on Space Poo, I'm like, there's no freaking way. And then do you know what Scott got? He got to pick whatever was his favorite comic. Like that's all he had to talk about was whatever was his favorite comic. And then he starts talking about like, well, there was a comic book in the 80s done by Frank Miller, and it was really interesting.
This is my favorite bit we've ever done because this is every conversation I had with a girl through high school and college. This is finally,
I know.
we can put it
This
on
is
display.
like all of a sudden, and it's like the moment we started, I'm like, this is the best bit we've ever done because we're not on the internet. This isn't a live show. We're at a kegger at the Delta Sigs.
Yes.
And I've got a chance to tell my story to Alice and Kyle are trying to be interesting. All right, so I'm one up. What's the next round, Justin?
Okay, here we go. This one, this is kind of a lightning round. All right. So Scott, you're going to go first. And since, of course, you are the host of The Instance, the fantastic podcast, which covers a lot of this genre of games, you're going to be, just give me in 2 sentences why StarCraft is awesome.
Oh, man.
Okay.
All right, 2 sentences. 2 sentences.
Brian, in 2 sentences, you're going to give me why Team Fortress 2 is awesome.
Oh,
okay. So here we go. Allison, Scott's going to go first, and then as soon as Scott's done, Brian, you go, and then you just tell us which is least interesting. Scott, StarCraft, go.
Even if you're not a gamer, you'll want to play this game. Because it is the national sport in Korea.
All right, there we go. Now, Brian, go ahead.
Dude, Did you see the movie freaking Incredibles? If the Incredibles made a video game where the family killed each other, that would be Team Fortress 2, and it would be awesome.
All right, Allison, you've heard both impassioned pleas about popular video games. Which are you least interested in, StarCraft or Team Fortress 2?
The one about Korea.
Oh!
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I suck at this game.
All right. I say we go to bonus rounds where they're worth 2 points each at this point. Because otherwise he's host.
Listen, this one is going to get listen, Allison, this is going to get a little geeky. All right. I just want to bear witness. We are now moving into double points. And if it's double points, that means it's double complete arguments. Folks, all right, Brian.
Yes.
You are going to be arguing, and fitting because it is the second man's 80th birthday, the relative merits of who's better, Jean-Luc Picard or James Tiberius Kirk. And Scott, you are going to be arguing whether or not it was total BS that Greedo shot first in the Star Wars re-release.
Oh, my God.
Oh, this is terrible. This is
you guys think this is so funny because you guys could be like talking Spanish right now.
Oh my gosh.
That's perfect. Allison, you were made for this game. All right, Brian, you go first. I will keep time here. You have 30 seconds when I say go to say who is objectively better, James Tiberius Kirk or Jean-Luc Picard. Your time begins. Bring you and Allison up, Brian.
All right, here we go. Hold on. Let me get the two of us up here. I'm sorry, Allison. Everything's a little bit crazy here.
We do this time right now. HometownHotties.com is where you can vote for Allison. She's awesome, and she is being part of the best bit we've ever done on this show. Make sure you vote for her 1 billion times, and she is the hometown hottie of all time. All right, Brian, you ready?
Okay, you ready? This will be nice and fast. Okay, now we're in the same room together, right?
Yes.
All right.
All right, here we go, and go.
Allison, come here. Come over to my computer. Come over to my computer. You know how nerds are always arguing about like who's better, Kirk or who's the other one? Oh, Picard. Right. Dude, watch this. Oh, this didn't go well at all.
Just kept talking.
All right.
Well, interesting strategy by Brian Brunswick to, I'll tell you, because if there's one thing that, is more appealing to girls, it's watching a YouTube video about the topic they have no interest in.
I thought the visuals would win, and then I just realized that if you don't know who this guy
how'd that
is.
one turn out for you?
Okay,
I'm going to go ahead and make it so on your completely failed attempt.
Okay.
Scott, I'll tell you what, you have a wide open window, but it's not an easy task. You have to make it an interesting argument on why it's total BS that Greedo shot first in the Star Wars re-releases. I will reset the clock to 0. And Scott Johnson, go.
All right. Imagine somebody took your favorite rom-com and your favorite character in that movie was changed fundamentally to be totally different than it was supposed to be when the movie was made the first time. Well, that's what happened here. Everyone loves Harrison Ford. He's still a handsome man at age 94 or whatever he is now. But back in the day, in his prime, he was a rogue, a scoundrel, and he shot that guy first. In this re-release, they changed it digitally badly, and it made it look like was fired at.
Time.
Oh, my God. I cannot imagine a bit going better. This is so cool because that one even veered into homoeroticism without even, but like it's saying so easily into how good looking Harrison Ford is. Allison, you've heard 2 impassioned arguments. Which one, was it Brian's or Scott's, were you least interested in?
I was definitely least interested in the second one because the first one I got a visual.
Oh! The moving pictures won! Play the music. You play that music right now. You play that music.
Video killed the radio star, dude.
All right.
Listen, we have one. We have one more. One more to go. This is going to be worth 3 points.
Round.
No, this is going to be worth 12 points.
12 million points.
This is actually this is the national debt question where it's worth 24 trillion points. All right.
There we go. All right. Now, I'll tell you what. I don't know which one to give you guys. It could be the very, very basic zombies versus aliens. I could give you Batman versus Duke Nukem, but since we already had a Batman one, maybe that one shouldn't go. Or I'll tell you what. I will leave it up to chat realm because I have a feeling that there is a wealth of experience in this particular situation that our viewing audience has had. So I will take the first 2 topics that are compelling. Oh, anime. Anime's got to be one of them.
All right, look, you better come up with it fast because I'm ready to look, I don't know, between you and me, I mean, me and this Allison chick, we're hitting it off. I mean, this other guy, my wingman, keeps striking out, but she looks like everything I say, she's so interested.
I found it. Here we go.
Okay.
Brian, I want you to explain to Allison. And now, Allison, this one I need you to play. I know you are, of course, a very accomplished actress. I want you to play a part for me as somebody who has never been on this show. Obviously, you're on the show now. You've been on it before, but you're going to be somebody who's not been on this show. Okay?
Okay.
Brian, you're going to explain the concept of NSFW to Allison as a total stranger.
Got it.
Okay? And Scott, you're going to explain your podcast, The Instance.
Oh, shoot.
Oh my gosh, this is like, okay.
And you want to know what? I'll tell you what. That's actually unfair because Allison, of course, has a good connotation because she's had fun on the show before. Brian, you're going to explain frame rate.
No.
You're going to explain your
Frame rate's
podcast
easy.
frame rate to Allison. And Scott, you're going to explain The Instance. Or actually, you want to know what? Let's keep it Tom themed. You're going to explain forecast, Scott. And you're going to explain frame rate, Brian. Here we go. We will again set 30 seconds on the clock. Scott, you will go first this time. You're going to explain your podcast forecast to Allison starting right now.
Once a week, Tom Merritt and I sit down and we talk to two really smart people about the future. And the future can be anything as crazy as when are our flying cars getting here to what is happening politically next year and when will I get a third eye and when will humans be a collective Borg and leave our bodies forever and be just a consciousness floating in space. We talk about all kinds of possibilities in the future. That show is awesome. You should listen to that show. It will give you optimism. It'll help you. Quit worrying about the world today and what the world could be.
Time.
There we go. Proven lady killer line. It will give you optimism.
It will give you optimism of the future, right? Okay.
Brian.
All right.
This is for the win. You've certainly outdueled Scott to this point. It would really take you falling on your face and eating your own shorts to lose it. Please describe your podcast frame rate to Allison starting right now.
Dude, I do a podcast with a guy who is, no lie, a world champion black belt, and he loves movies, television, and viral videos, and he is a nut job. His name's Tom Merritt. He has half a beard on his face. He shaves off the other half. And we talk about movies, television, viral videos, like the crazy. Did you see the viral video of the bully going up to the kid, and then the fat kid that was being picked on picks up the bully and just body slams him down on the concrete?
Yeah.
Dude, that's the stuff we do.
Now, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to go with optimism.
Oh, that means that 12 points awarded. Scott Johnson is our winner, which means he wins the game.
That just happened.
Boo!
Yeah.
It's because
That's what I'm talking about.
I tried to lie. They're shouting that liars never win. All right. Hey, Allison, where obviously we want people to go to hometownhotties.com right now and vote for you. Where are you if you don't mind, I'll actually navigate there live. I'll vote for you right now, live right now. So I'm headed to hometownhotties.com, and where can I click on you?
If you go to hometownhotties.com and then you go to vote now.
Okay, so I'm there at the website.
I'm on the fourth row, third person in, and it says Allison, and they can see multiple pictures of me, and I answered a whole bunch of questions on there.
Vote now. There you go. Fourth row. Wow, there's a lot of ladies that are less attractive than you on this website. There you go. Oh, Allison, Los Angeles, California, right there.
Yep,
there
I
you go.
am.
Clicked because hello. And then, I'm sorry. I've never accidentally ogled a model while I was on the phone with her. Where am I clicking?
It's right up there at the top. There.
And then
so
right
you can
above
see all the questions that Allison asked.
Right there where it gigantically says vote for me. There you go. I just voted. So now I'm going to log in with Facebook. Here, I'll log in with Facebook later. But look, thank you so incredibly much. That was successful beyond our wildest dreams. You were amazing. We want to have you back again sometime.
No, you guys made my night. It was so much fun.
Thank you very, very much, Allison, for going through all the tech hassles and getting on. And I swear, I have actually gotten 3 separate text messages chiding me that we have Allison on the show, and yet we can't figure out a way to get her on video. Instead, we take all of our time to make sure that me, Scott Johnson, and Brian Brushwood are chronicled in HD.
Next time we'll do video.
Next time we'll get you back on video. Thank you so much for helping us out. You were awesome. HometownHotties.com.
guys.
That's awesome. Thanks so
Yeah.
much, Allison. Have a
Right.
good one. Wow. Did that ever work? And was that ever fun? And
What an upset. An upset.
Can you
Yes.
Can you ever not talk about comic books in a way that's interesting to the non-geeky, Scott? I'm sorry.
You know what, dude? I don't know how you can. Like, I'm guessing there's a way, and you kind of showed the way to do it with those other topics. But the problem is, as soon as I try, I fold back into my nerd self. I can't help it.
Well, you know what it is? It's
No,
like
you want to know what Brian's strategy was begin every sentence with "dude." That was like the spoonful of sugar that let the medicine go down. He just, dude, check it out. So anyway, there's this comic book in the '80s that was designed by Frank Miller.
Yeah, well, so here's what I honestly think it is. By the way, if you ever want to really scare someone, get them to tell you a really good ghost story, because whatever the words are that are coming in their mouth, like they're coming out of their mouth. Stop that. That was a slip up. Their experience in their mind is way scarier than whatever the words are that they're saying. And so you have the chance to get someone halfway through a ghost story, and right when you can tell like they're about to get goosebumps, turn and go like boo to them. And so like the idea is like you were trying to go into yourself and experience your own love and joy of the Dark Knight, and that's not what you want to do for a pretty girl. She don't know what it is.
Sure
Not
that
for a
you
pretty
are-
girl. Dude, I've been out of that. That game for so long. I've probably forgotten how to do it. I've been married too long.
Apparently not. You freaking won
You
with
won,
12 points.
by the way.
You're the
I'll tell
champion.
you
Yeah,
what.
I did win. Yeah, that's
You
true.
were more interesting to a pretty girl than Brian Brushwood. And
Forecast and optimism wins.
exactly. Optimism will rule the day. Oh, you'll
That's
see.
Yeah, thanks for pitting my show where we comment on television and movies against the entire future.
Hey, listen, I was just I wanted to level out the playing field. I wanted to give the Tom be the wheel that held the spokes together.
All right, what do you got to promote for us, Scott? Where can we go and show you lots of love?
Oh man, there's so much going on right now. Oh, I got to tell you guys quickly here, a quick story. It's not even really a story, but nerdtacular.com is the site where people can sign up for tickets to my big event I hold every year for the fans. We do a little get together. In years past, it was a little bit more of an intimate affair, 200, 300 people. This year, we're going bigger. We have an 8-hour day blocked out. We have panels. Veronica Belmont, Tom, Eileen, Brian Ibbett. Oh my gosh, people from all over the place are coming to this event. And everybody keeps asking, when am I going to have Schwood come and do magic? And I say, when he's free, that's when he'll come.
Now, when you say you mean available, or when I no longer charge for shows?
Yeah. When you cost nothing to stand on the stage at my event and do the thing. Although we're seriously considering trying to figure out a way to do that sometime in the future. But it's coming. It's happening. If you want to come this year, it's here in Salt Lake City, June 17th, 2011. Tickets are available now at nerdtacular.com. You can see pictures of years past. You can see who's coming this year, all the VIPs. It's going to be awesome, and it may put me in the ground, but I'm totally, totally excited about it. But for everything else, they want to follow me and find our new morning show and listen to The Instance and everything else that's going on, they can go to frogpants.com.
Awesome. And if you want to find out what I'm up to, go ahead and follow me at Schwood. That's at SHWOOD on Twitter, where I promise sometime in the next week, I'm going to flood your inbox with random offensive stuff that will get me banned from ever working anywhere in the business again. So you don't want to miss it. This is going to be amazing. I'm going to totally self-destruct my career. I'm going to say things that would make Charlie Sheen blush, but you got to follow at Schwood. Justin?
My name is Justin. Hi. You can follow me on Twitter at Justin R. Young. And I'll tell you what, I hope that a little cross promotion that on Scott's podcast, App Slappy, which is, of course, fantastic. There hopefully will be an announcement soon. Keep listening to App Slappy, because the project that me, Dan Dirks, and Andrew Main are working, the podcaster thing, we should have the App Slappy version of that ready to go. And I'll tell you what, if you're industrious, you can probably find it right now. So check it out. And of course, I'll tell you what, here's the biggest thing I need is we're rolling out the podcaster platform to other podcasts. So do me a favor, go to podcaster.com. There's a little form there that lets you know if you would like your favorite podcast to have it. Just email in, use that form, And that way we can go to them and say, hey, yo, like 70 people said that they want Smodcast on a podcaster player. It's totally free for them, and hopefully we can use it as a way to roll out and get the podcaster player other places. So check that out. That is podcaster without an E, podcastr.com. Otherwise, just follow me, Justin R. Young, for everything, and check out the Weird Things podcast.
Also, one more announcement. I think if
and
not
podcast,
if not next week,
podcast.com/Weird Things.
If not this week, then definitely the week after, we're going to have a crossover with Frame Rate. We'll get Tom Merritt on, and we'll have our summer movie blockbuster auction. We're going to do our fantasy football league for which was the most fun. Did you hear about what we did last year, Scott? Do you know about this?
No, this is news to me. Would you
fantasy football?
Sum it up.
It's fantasy football with summer blockbusters. We auction off the top movies of the summer. We each get 100 virtual dollars. We bid against each other, and then we own them, and that's all our money is spent. And then we watch and we see who was able to predict the blockbusters and get the best value for their money. We had a blast doing it last year. I can't remember who won, but whoever it was apparently did a really good job. Was
I
very
don't know,
shrewd.
Brian. Looks like we have to wrap this show up here on NSFW. No, Brian, of course. Brian won last year because of his strategy of buying 1 million crappy movies, which now we will all emulate. So there we go. Scott, we would love for you to be a part of it. I'd love for Tom to be a part of it, and hopefully we'll be able to get it, get a really, really awesome stable of people participating this year, because it literally was, what would you say, Brian, like 50% of our conversations through last summer?
It was every single morning. The first thing I would do is get up and go to boxofficemojo.com to find out how I'd done, because I knew that would update before Dan Dirks' website would, and let me know how I was doing. I was reading articles about, tech, about I was going to Rotten Tomatoes to read the reviews to find out, what the estimates were for stuff. It was awesome. It was so much fun. And we have a way where everybody at home can play as well, where we set our own values. And so it's us versus the chat realm in it. But look, that's it for this episode of NSFW. We will see you next Tuesday. We love you guys with all our hearts. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. Dying of fire.
See you next Tuesday.
Still talking about how you blew all your money on Iron Man 2.
Shut up. Shut your mouth.
That was amazing. I'm sorry, I was muted because while you were talking, right before you came in, the door opens and Bonnie walks in. The door opens, she walks in, and she just goes. That's what happens. In case you guys were ever wondering what happens when you hit on a supermodel live on the air while you're married. You get that. You definitely get. Bonnie's picking up the mic. All right, let's hear it.
Uh-oh.
Okay, that's totally how Brian flirted. And
Oh my God! You're giving up my game.
That's totally your game.
Wait, are you saying, Bonnie, that the game that I specifically designed to bring out the most awkward conversation as possible for comedic effect was frighteningly close to how a young Brian wooed you?
Yes.
So cold busted.
I don't know if I'm just more embarrassed for myself or for Brian at this point.
Hey, man, it makes it feel better. Both you and Allison fell in the same trap. You just got there first. This is NSFW episode 68.
Double complete rainbow.